Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a chance to see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings as they square off against the number 6 overall pick, Daniel Jones, and the New York Football Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go, and here we go from MetLife Stadium. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. We get a look at Kirk Cousins as he gets ready to pilot this Minnesota Vikings offense.
Kirk Cousins!
Oh, you're excited, aren't you?
I am, because, you know, we always talk about Kirk when things go bad, and it did last week in Green Bay. This sounds like a good week.
Well, he didn't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. He only threw the ball 21 times, 15 of 21. No interceptions, though. A lot of production out of the backfield.
That's because they have a guy who wears number 33, named Dalvin Cook, who's off to a tremendous start, and he's the rushing leader through week 3 of this NFL season. That allows Kirk Cousins to not have to throw the ball a whole lot. What was he, 15 of 21, 174 and a touchdown? Very efficient, and he needed that kind of a game to get back on the beam and get the Vikings going in the right direction again.
Yeah, they cruise past Oakland 34-14. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Cousins. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns in 2017, has returned to his home area to play for the New York Giants. And he's looking for an opportunity to really shine. Sharp in returning the football on kickoffs and punts, the Giants believe he can fill the gap at safety for them.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To the air again, it's Cousins. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Again, it's Cousins. His pass caught at the 4. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Partner, are they going to cover him? That's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at him. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Daniel Jones, who was the talk of the NFL last week, takes the field here with the New York Giants coming off a 32-31 victory against Tampa Bay. And Daniel Jones, who the New York media said, why did we draft this guy, comes out his first start, Charles, over 300 yards and 2 touchdown passes.
23 of 36 for 336 yards, as you referenced, the 2 touchdowns. How about also being able to run the football? His legs helped him out throughout the game and led them back from 18 points down for their first win of the season. So, yes, he was the talk of the NFL going into the game. He's going to be the talk of the NFL coming out of the game. And that caps a heck of a week in New York. Eli Manning going to the bench, Daniel Jones starting. Both of them coached in college by David Cutcliffe, now the head coach at Duke. Coach Jones at Duke, Coach Eli Manning at Ole Miss. Had to be a tough week for the old coach, watching one charge get sit down and the other charge come out and emerge.
He sent a nice note out on social media after the game saying Eli is all class and congratulations to Daniel Jones. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense getting the football back here, but I want to talk about their defense through 3 weeks of the season. Look, we knew it was going to be a good defense, and they haven't disappointed so far.
No, they haven't, but they still think that they can play better because they're ranked in the top 10 heading into week 3. They think they're a top 5 at worst defense week in and week out. They only gave up 14 points to Oakland after building a big lead. And just think about the terrific players they have on every level of that defense. Linval Joseph at defensive tackle, Daniil Hunter at defensive end. How about the linebackers, Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr? And then back deep, Harrison Hitman Smith. And, of course, Xavier Rhodes closed at corner.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A first down throw for Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Well, that last completion is certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. On play action, Cousins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Back out comes the Giants offense, and we talked about it a bit ago, Charles, but their come-from-behind victory over Tampa Bay from down 18 in Week 3. A little troubling, though, on the defensive side of the ball. What was it, 5 consecutive scoring drives that they gave up to the Bucs to start that game?
And that's how you end up down 18 and putting a rookie quarterback making his first start on the road against a highly pressurized defense, because you know the Buccaneers going to blitz coming off the bus. That puts them in a heck of a hole. So how about them making it all the way back? And then they survived a missed 34-yard field goal at the end to take the victory back to New York. They get who they get next? Washington?
Yeah, they host Washington.
And Minnesota before they head to New England. So things don't get easier for the Giants. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jones now off the play fake. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out right at the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Gallman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From the 39, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. A season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it'll be 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ready.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Jones operating from the gun. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Set 60 Pittsburgh.
It's our time. It's our time.
Ready.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Down. 70. Indy. Ready.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Gallman will run it, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They can't hang with us. Hey, check 24, check 24.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
False start. Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Now Jones. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing, Cousins. He'll find Olabisi Johnson, the rookie from Colorado State. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. While we have a second, Charles, the majors are over for golf and tennis, but in the Madden world, they're just getting started. The first of the year, the Madden Classic, recently wrapped up in Arlington, and it was a good one. We had competitors like 16-year-old young Henry of Illinois who made a really good run, but ultimately it was Serious Mo who walked away with the title, and Mo had some dough in there too, a $35,000 check.
And you know what they say, Brandon?
What's that?
I don't know if these guys actually played against each other, but when you get young Henry, guys like him, and Serious Mo all in the same grouping, throw the record books right out.
Oh, yeah, you can just tear them right up, CD. Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Minnesota.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Cousins on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing is Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
And New York set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game, do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look at it and say, let's go. Be aggressive. Be bold. Let's get it downfield right now. Other guys will look at it and say, you know something? I think we're in a position to get 3 points if we don't make any big mistakes. Run our offense, get in that spot, and see if you get the 3, and hopefully maybe even more.
Either way, I bet they're happy to have options. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 21 yards away. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point try by Bailey. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go. 30 base.
54. Bring it. Bring it. 36.
5.
That's complete left side to Shepard. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Ready?
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. You're right.
Ready?
This is Gallman. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And Latimer's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Jones now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Big grip.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you. Pop.
Hit it.
Here's Gallman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, we talked about the Madden Classic earlier, but we should also remind you that time is running out to represent your favorite club in the Madden NFL Club Championship. 32 of the best Madden competitors in the world will face off in the final live from the EA Broadcast Center in December. Register today for a chance to take home a piece of the largest prize pool in MCS history, over $700,000. Visit MaddenChampionship.com/compete by October 7th to receive a bonus Team Elite Fantasy Pack in Ultimate Team. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready?
Hey, QB's trash. Let's go.
They go play action. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Watch the slant.
Back.
They'll run with Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Marcus Golden getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
You can't stop me.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Cousins gives way to Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They got 8 yards out of it, but they're still left with a 4th and goal from a ways out.
I'm going to hit you all.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Bailey's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out come the Giants. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 13. It's a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. And now.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Jones operating from the gun. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Benny Fowler, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Cook. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the ground, it's Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30.
Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Now a run with Cook. And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So now Jones and the Giants down 17-14, a little over a minute to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 or 55. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's back to throw. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now.
Mike 58, right there.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.